Good morning, everybody. How are we all this morning? Hello again, Suzanne. Oh dear. It's going to be one of those days today, isn't it? It's Tuesday. Um, Hi, Holly. How are you? Good to see you. So, do you know what time you're doing yours today, Suzanne, so that we can um, put that up here so that everybody knows? Just let me know and yeah. Alrighty, so still today working um, with the, what am I working with? I have no idea. Extraordinary Flora. So again, still working with the washi tape. Beautiful day here today, not quite as cold, which is really nice. I think it's going to be about 25, so that'll be good. You're going at, all right, so Suzanne's doing her live at 10:30, and I will say that again at the end, Suzanne, so just to make sure that everybody knows what you're up to today. Yesterday I went to look at another house because our rents have gone up so much, and this house isn't worth it. If I'm going to pay that much, I might as well have something that's worth it. So we went and had a look at a house yesterday. We won't hear anything on that one for about a week or so. So we'll just see what happens. But I could well be doing a Susie and moving, but we'll see how it goes, like I said. Alrighty, today, what happens? Oh, the sale for the in color items. That happens today. Hi, Daphne. How are you? Daphne, I went and bought that book. I just thought I'd let you know, that magazine. It's really good. Yeah, I haven't had a proper look through it, but I've had a bit of a look through it. So some nice stuff in there. Um, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So the in color sale is on today, starting today. So if there's anything that you want that's got the in colors in it, then I believe it's 15% off. And I've been a bit lackadaisical because I haven't looked it up. Pretty sure it was 15%. Hi, Daryl. How are you? How's the weather around your way today? It's beautiful here. So hopefully we get a nice day today. So, yeah. Alrighty, and for demonstrators, of course, we can put our pre-orders in today for the new stuff. So I've had a look. I've put stuff in. I've taken stuff out. I've put it back in. I've changed it around. I've gone from sweets to bundles, bundles to sweets. Um, yeah, so we'll just see. I will have an order in by this afternoon. It's just, yes, so difficult to know what to get to start with and what not to get. So, alrighty, I'm going to go straight down to the desktop. I think I've got everything in the right place here. There. So we're working with the lovely this morning. You've got a top of 24. Yeah, we've got a top of 25, I think, today. So, yeah. So, yes, I've put these here like this, and then that's the one that I coloured. So the card that I'm looking at today is this one. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but all this in here is on dimensionals. So it's raised up, and so is that panel. And it looks really quite pretty. And then after I'd done it, I thought, you know what, it would look even nicer if you had a window sheet in there. So playing with a couple of things today. Hi, Marlene, how are you? Playing with a couple of things today. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get away because I've done with the other ones. I've done the purples. I've done the blues. So I'm trying to stick with stuff that goes with the colors in here. We could go yellow, but I think today I might be going with the green. So just having a look at this card though, Now, I've never used Granny Apple Green before, only because I didn't have it. But I thought maybe, what's that? That one is Old Olive. Then we've got Mossy Meadow. And we've got Granny Apple Green. So I thought these two worked really well together. Gives it a bit of a brightness. So the Mossy Meadow and the Granny Apple Green. However, because I want a white front on it, I can only have one or the other. Now, the other thing I thought was the background in this one is basic beige, and it shows it up really lovely. But I had this thought. What do we think? Do we think that the green would go? So if I used it, it would probably be with that one. And it looks a lot brighter on my desk than it does on the camera there. So it would be those two. Hi, Mum. You're on Facebook. Or these two. So do we have any thoughts on what we should do? Have a think for me, because I'm finding it hard to think for myself this morning. Oh, that's come off of there. Let's pop that back on there. Okay. So all we've done is we've cut out the pieces. The background here, I don't know if you can see it, but this background here, I have put through the embossing folder. And then I've just done a little insert. So I've used the strawberry slush for this, which goes with that there. All righty. Everyone's saying good. No, Mum, at the moment you're on Facebook. Yeah, so what do you think? Should we try the glitter? Either those two or those two, so that the little hole in the background has glitter behind it. You know what? I think we might actually try that just for something different. I might go with the Granny Apple Green and that and see how we go. All right, let's start. I'll still need a card base. Oh, no, I don't, because that would be the card base. That'll be the background, and then I'll put a white front on it. Now, one of the other things I wanted to show you about these is that you can emboss them. You like the glitter? Yeah, Mum, change over. Granny Apple's a good choice. Excellent. That's what we'll work with them. So when you've done this, you can actually emboss it. Okay, so with an embossing folder. However, if you emboss it before you cut it out, when you cut it out, you actually flatten the embossing, which makes it not look so good. So you'd have to sort of cut it out and then emboss it if you wanted the single bits embossed. But what you could do is you could use a strip of this down the side of a card, and if we get a chance later, I might have a look at doing it, or I could do it on Thursday, but we'll just see what we're going to do. Well, how we get on today. All right, so let's just start off with a normal card base size, which is 5 3/4 by 8. See if I can cut it correctly today. I had fun with this yesterday. 5 3/4 by 8. So this will be our card base. Let me do that. All right, so then the second layer, which on this card is the basic beige, and you can see it around the edge here, I'm going to use the glitter. So I'm just going to take, because I've just put a new blade in, I'm just taking that one out, and I'm going to pop an old one back in just to cut the glitter. And I want the glitter to be 5.5 by 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 5.5. So then we're going to have that sitting on there, and then we'll have a white base. So just let me change that back again. Isn't it funny? Like, you can be just using it and they fall out. When you actually want to change them, oh, come on. Oh, helps if you put it the right way around, Lorraine. There we go. So we've got that, and then I will make a white card base. Oh, I'm going to get a slidey chair for in here. Hi, Sue. How are you? Let me get a piece of white. I had lots of white here last month, and now I don't. So I mucked around with some occasional nails yesterday and stuck them on, and this morning, while we were having a meeting, I pulled them all off. So I'm going to decide now whether I'm going to go back to paying to have them put on or not. So I'm going 3.5. And by 5 3/4. So this is going to sit 5 1/4, that should be. And that will sit on there. So we'll have a bit of the sparkle around the outside, and we're going to have sparkle through the middle. So let's see how that goes. Okay, for the middle, I used, there it is, these, so let me get the right size. I think it was it that one? Yes, it was that one. It was the second largest of the, and they've gone right out of my head, these dies. You could do this with a square, or you could put the square as a diamond. You could do all sorts of things with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this out of here, just about there. Now, the only thing I think that might be a little bit awkward with, hi, Tanya. The only thing that I think might be a tad awkward is that I actually drew a little circle in pencil around the inside. So I'm not sure whether it's going to show up, but I will give it a go. Alrighty, so I've placed that down, and I'm just going to see if I can get a circle in there. It only needs to be, goodness, can hardly see it, but it is there. I think what I might do is, so with the lighter color, obviously, oh yeah, I can see it. Let's go with that. And now, of course, what I want to do is use one of these. So what do you think? Should we use the ones I colored? Should we use the purple or shall we use the pink? What do you think we should use? Oh, Mum's over on YouTube now. Is she? Where is she? Ah, that's it, Mum. You've got it now. Yep. Just catching up here. Oh, good. So what do we think? Should we try the yellow on this with it being the greens? The ones I coloured? Yeah, okay. That's the yellow. Well, I call those the yellow ones, but yeah. Let's do that then. So we'll take out our dye and we will so that little thing that I stuck back on didn't stick because the glue for it is on the glass mat. Okay, so I'll just put this in like this, line it up nicely. I've got some washi tape here. Suzanne, did you see me chewing my fingers and getting those nails off? Okay, so I'm just going to pop this through now. Look at that, one pass through. And I've only got one left. Oh no, two left in there. All right, let's take that off of there. Ooh. Rid of that. And stick this back down here. You know me, I don't think a lot of the time to use washi tape to stick things down, but I do think with this that we need to do it. So just so that you get it reasonable and it doesn't slide, because really if it slides, it's going to ruin the whole sheet. So the next thing we're going to, because this is our let me get that pencil again. You can see a bit of it down here. It's really hard to see where I've got my circle. No, I think I've just gone off on a tangent. I don't know. Let's put it back over and I'll press a little bit harder. See if I can get it. Really all it's for is just so that you know where you're going to put. I'm just putting it in like this, just on those four. So you can see when you just do it on normal paper, it's easy to see. I can see it a bit better now, so that's good. So all we're going to do now, and you do all of this with dimensionals so that it's all popped up in the middle. This one's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Alrighty, so I want a nice focal point. So I'll just sort of maybe pop that one there. And then, actually, that's what I did with the last one. Let's use a different one. Let's put that one in the middle. There, about there. And then we just add these little ones around. And it doesn't matter if it goes off of the circle. I'll put some red ones in there as well, of course. Let me see, there's space for a red one there. So you're just going to see what's inside your circle. And I'll put that one there. And then we can top it up with some greenery and some bits and pieces. So that one can go down there. This one can go up here. Now, because we've got glittery paper, it doesn't really matter if we've got a few more vacant spaces, so to speak. So I might put that bit of greenery like there, and then I can put, and we can check it out before we stick it down. It's not like when we do this, it's the end. We can put a little flower maybe in there. Right, let's have a look. So when we put this back over, we can see pretty much what we're going to get when we stick it down. So that will be what we get with it as it is at the moment. All right. So I'm not sure about this one here. I'm thinking maybe another red one. And maybe if I was to chop that, a bit of greenery going in there. Actually, it's harder to slide it on the glitter. And we've got that going in there. So now we can put that back on the top. And we can have a look at what we've got. So I think that looks quite pretty. I prefer it without that other big rose. This one can come over a bit. And that one can go a bit more sideways. You don't really want them overlapping because bearing in mind we're going to put them all on dimensionals. All right, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now and grab the dimensionals and put it, start sticking them down, because once they're down, then we're all good. Okay, where is, there it is. I actually put stuff away last night. Can you believe it? Okay, so I'm going to start with the middle one because I know I'm definitely going to have that there. So you do go through a few dimensionals, but that's okay. So I'll start with putting that one in there. Some of the smaller ones, I'll use the smaller dimensionals. Put one there and one there. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could have blue flowers or a different color altogether. Let me do this one next. How did I have that one? Must have been that way. Like that. And now, well, oh, I can probably put a big one on the back of there. Now, we'll use the little ones for these. Couple of little ones on there. I think I got that one from there. This one. This one probably would have taken a big one, but we'll put a couple of little ones on there. I have to keep getting up close to it to see where the circle is. So that one in there. Then we can do this one. I don't know who I was watching the other day. I was watching someone online and cracked me up because they did exactly what I feel like doing sometimes. They'd made two or three mistakes, and then they picked up a piece of paper and said, well, that doesn't work, does it? And threw it across, boom, across the table. I giggled to myself because I thought, oh, I don't know how many times I've actually felt like doing that. Okay. So this one I'm putting, it will just go under, so I can pop it just under there. Now, the only loose one that I've got now, I think, is this little one here, just to take up that little bit of space. And then I'll put the top back on, and we can see what we've got because we can actually hold it up now. What do we think? With the glitter behind it, I think that looks quite pretty. Oh, what's Tanya, have you got? Still fighting the cold? Oh, sometimes they take a while, don't they? Really hope you feel. Take a virtual hug. I really hope that you feel better soon. There's nothing worse. Yep, so I think that'll work. So to put that on there, I'm going to be using foam tape. So because I made one last night, I sort of know what I'm doing this morning, and I'm hoping to have time to make a quick off-the-cuff card. By putting one of those through the embossing folder. And then just a couple of pieces. One here. I'm going to cut that a bit long. And one here. And then I'll just pull the strips down. I sort of feel like I should put another one here, but I'm not going to because it might touch some of those other, these that are hanging outside the circle. And then that would be, oh, now I've got a mark on there. I don't know where that came from. All right, so now it's just a case of putting this onto here. Getting it as straight as we can, like that. And then pulling out the, and going back in here because that one didn't, which one didn't come off? One of them didn't come off properly. Which one was that? All right, it'll do. It'll stick. All right, so we have that. Now, yesterday I embossed this. Today I haven't. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop that onto the front of there like that. Okay, so we that one is going to sit flat so we can use the glue. Now I suppose really this one could be a bit Christmassy, couldn't it? I'm just running out of glue here. It could be a bit Christmassy, this one. And we'll pop that on there like that. And I'll get rid of that because it's sticking out the bottom. I'll sort it out in a minute. Okay, so that is basically the card. I'm going to go against, let me have a look. What have I got here? Just looking for, I'm pretty sure I had a Christmassy. Oh, I thought I had a Christmas wording one. I could be wrong. Oh, what was it called? Grassy Grove? What's that got on there? Nope. Lots of elegance, happy hibiscus, pretty florals. Oh, here we go. What I might do, this one has a big one in it that says celebrate, and that will fit right across the bottom. So this, I don't know if it's still current iconic imagery or whether it was on last chance or whether it's gone. I really don't know. But that is a really nice. Is it going to fit on there? It will. That's a really nice, good size, that one. And I think I'll do it in Old Olive. Stamp it in. Yeah. I'm going to have to smoosh this off, aren't I? Because it hasn't been used. I'll do it quick. Actually, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. All right, so let's pop that here. Ooh, that worked. Oh, well done, Daryl. I don't do a lot of Christmas cards. I do have a few to do this year. And I will get them done. It's just time at the moment. So these are, let's see what size I would need. See, that one would fit. But will it look okay on there? Let's try it and see. We won't know until we try. It's only just going to fit. Whoops. Gonna need my washi tape. Sliding around all over the place. I think that looks quite sweet. All right, let's pop this one back. This was another thing I did the other day. I actually got there and put some of my magnetic sheets in, which makes things a lot easier. So we can put Celebrate on there, but I'm not just going to leave it like that because I think it needs a little bit of the green. I might just pop it around the edges. Like so. And then I won't pop it up because the rest of this is all popped up here. So I'm thinking what I might do. Can't put that there, it's too big. Maybe we could get one of these little smaller ones. The smaller one will sit in there like that. That'll work. So I'll just put some glue on there. Like that. Actually, I think I will pop it up. So I'll just put some dimensionals on here. So I'll put one there because that helps with the sticking as well. We'll do one I know I probably use too many, but I would so much prefer to than have, you know, if I was sending it in the mail, having it get squished. And then I'll just put this. Ooh, it goes over just a tiny bit, but I don't think that really matters. And then we'll just do an insert, which we can do in white, because we already have the green background. So 5.5 by 3 3/4. Five and a half. And what do I have here? Oh, look at that. All right, so I think I will take maybe a half in. Yeah. Oh, turn it over and maybe it won't hurt. I know it's still got to go through the glitter, so cut that off of there. I'm going to put that across the bottom like that. And then maybe I can put that one. That'll work. That will work. So, as you can see, these this Flora, whatever it's called, I'll remember it one day. Extraordinary Flora can be used for lots of different things. And you know what? I would probably send this as a Christmas card. The one thing I wasn't quite as keen on was putting these onto a different color background. I wonder if it'll stick on glitter now. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Well, we're about to find out because I'm trying to, yeah. Might need a bit more glitter on there, we'll see. A bit more glue, I mean glitter. Always need more glitter. All right. I'm taking this glue pot to the very last here. Good morning, Lynn. And then I'll just pop that onto the inside there. And that's our card. So do you like it with the glitter and with the coloured? Oh, we could put some diamantes. Yeah, I'm thinking that last one, the little pink one, came off of there. So what have we got? We've got green and yellow. I'm thinking I quite like, this is the Blooming Pearls. Again, I'm not sure. I must check to see whether they're still current or not. But I really like the greeny ones in here. So I think, I don't even think that's really straight. I might put, no, I'm just going to put the 3 in a line as I do. I'm going to use all the same size because I don't have the middle size ones left. And it always looks a bit silly if I put, there we go. So there's the card. That's the finished card. There's a tiny bit overlapping there, which I probably shouldn't have, but anyway, there's our card today. And you can see that in the center there is actually popped up, and so you've got the glitter right, like it looks like it's well behind it, not sitting on it. Okay, so that's what we've got. Now, where are we? Got a few more minutes. So what I might do is just show you quickly what I meant about putting this through a folder. So if I was to take one of these little skinny ones, and I like this one, I think it's called the glass one, and I put that so I want it to, this one actually it sort of makes, it comes out with virtually nothing at the sides there, so that's just fine for this. I'm going to pop this through the embossing, through the machine. I tested my muscles this morning. So when we take it out, you can see, I hope you can see, let's have a look. I think you can see it better on that angle. You've got this beautiful embossed section. So if you were making a card, what will we put it on? We might put it on. Let's have a look and see what we'll put it on. So this is going to be very quick just to basically show you. I've got the card there, and let me see, what shall I put that on? Put it on the yellow, and I probably wouldn't do another layer. I'd probably just do the 2 layers, and then I'll cut this. And you do still have bits left that you can use. So 5 1/4 is what we want. Now, which end do I want to use? That one. So let me go. We're not going to chop much off at all. So we're going 5 1/4. And then I want 3 1/2. So we're not, oh, no, I'm not going to do it the 3 1/2. I might do it, what should I do it? 2? I'll do it 2. That's going to cut right through that one. That's okay. We'll do it 2, so we have this strip. So we're not cutting them out individually at all. And then, actually it needs to be smaller. Maybe take 1/4 inch off. Which end? This end. Let's see if I take 1/4 inch off, if that's enough. Yep. All right. So we can take that and we can just stick this down, or you can put it up on. Okay, Lynn, not a problem. So I put a little bit of extra glue on there because it is. So then I thought you can just sort of still leave a gap there and there. Okay, so you've got that sitting there like that. And then you could do something so simple as, I don't know, you don't want to cover too much of it up, but you could put like a circle. Let me see what other ones I've got here. I've got a million of these circles at the moment. That one's the same size. Right? We want that, or do we want a bigger one? I'm not sure what we want here. What have I got there? Yellow, haven't I? I think I've got every colour but yellow. I've got a different yellow. So I could put that on there like that. That actually fits that yellow there. Okay, Suzanne, see you soon. So I could pop that on there. We could put a greeting on here, just saying maybe the thank you. I possibly wouldn't normally use two different yellows, but I think that'll work. Where's the thank you? What's that? That one. Pop that on there. You think that looks all right on that yellow there? Bigger? This one. That one will do. Let's put thank you on there. You can stick that. I'm really not sure about that, you know. Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it. I'll stick that onto there. And this, all these little circles we've been cutting out, you can see you can make a use of them in different ways. I'm just going to pop that in the center of there like that. And then use where I put the dimensionals now. Can't be that far away because I was just using them. How does it happen? There they are. Just put a couple of these on here. Actually, that yellow does go with those little flowers, so that's actually not too bad. Put that on there like that. And this is such a quick and easy card. We'll pop that on the front of there. Like that. As I said yesterday, really the only thing that you can't use with these is, see, I could use that dark. I'll use that. Or will I use that? Maybe the lighter one's on there. You can't use the Wink of Stella. It just doesn't, you sort of have to put it on, and then these are low profile sparkle dots. So I'm thinking I might put one there. They don't want to come off either. See if I can get them off with this. I don't have much luck with this. So it's going to make a fibber of me. Maybe one there. Go back to this. And maybe a little one over here. And then we can just put use, where's that white that I have here? Cut that. So what a quick and easy card. So I do 3 3/4, 5 5.5. And just pop this stuff out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is I can use up the rest of this. I think I'll cut it maybe about that. That's actually 3 centimeters. And I know I've done everything else in inches, but it was easier just to. And then I could pop that just up there like that on the inside. And that doesn't waste any of it, of course. Doesn't quite fit, so I need to leave a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. And if we really wanted to, we could find another decoration to go on there, but you know what, I think it's probably fine just as it is. It's going to be a new bottle later, I can tell you. There we go. That was probably just enough. And then just pop this on the inside. For a horrible moment there, I thought I'd done it all the wrong way around. And there we go. A very quick, very easy card. So you've got the strip on the front that is embossed. You can see that it's embossed there. I used a circle that I had sitting there, a thank you, and that on the inside. So a very, very quick card that we can make. So today, this was our cards. Get rid of that. So we made the glittery one, which I must admit that turned out much nicer than I thought it was going to. So I'm really happy with that one. You've got that bit of sparkle, and that's the inside. And I really think you could use that as a Christmas card. Then with the embossed piece of the washi tape, just on a plain background. Look, you could probably do a lot more with that background. And then you've got the middle there. Okay, so that's our 2 cards for today. So far, what's today? Tuesday. We did those 2 yesterday. And then we've done these 2 today. I'll see how I go for Thursday. If I can come up with another idea, maybe we'll do another one for Thursday. But I think Thursday I'll swap it up a little bit. and we can oh, I think we did. When did I do this one? I did this one. Oh no, that's right. That was the one that I made as the sample for today. So that was that one. So those, and then this was just an off the cuff card with what we had left over. All right, let me pop that up. There we go. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, thanks, everyone. Yeah, I'm really happy with them, actually. I think they turned out very pretty. Thank you so much for joining me. If you feel like subscribing, ringing the little bell, please do so. The more we get that sort of thing, the more it gets out there. Okay, and then it helps our business along, which is what we all want. So yeah, if we can do that, that'd be great. I really appreciate every single one of you for coming on. All have a wonderful day. It is very pretty, isn't it, Sue? You know, yesterday we were saying, wouldn't it be great if we had one that had birds, say birds, butterflies, and dragonflies on it, or something like that? Because how often do we just want a little bit of greenery, or we just want we just want a little bird, or just something to finish it off. So yeah, anyway, that is what we have for today. I won't see you tomorrow. I work tomorrow, and I will see you all again on Thursday. So take care, look after yourselves, and I will see you all then. Bye for now.